Hey, welcome back. Today I have a mobility routine for you. Mobility is all hot and fresh and cool and trending hashtag. And it's worth it because it does create more movement in your body. It opens you up to more movement possibilities. It keeps you flexible with combining strength elements and reactivity, which are all things we need even if we're not athletes or we just have a desk job. These are all things we need in our life. So this is just a nice little mobility warm-up routine, and it's also a way to check in with your body to see how it's doing today, to build some awareness to all those little points or nice stuck spots and bring some attention to them. So we're just going to go through the body from head to toe, getting some movement going. So we're going to start with the head movement, the head circle. And you're going to retract your head. That just means basically pull your chin back, pull your head back. You're going to make a big old double chin. And then bring your head down towards your chest and turn your head to the right and circle around. And especially as you go towards the back, I always like to give a little, don't drop your weight, don't let the weight of your head sink. Keep your body really lifted and think of looking up to the ceiling, like you're lifting your face to the ceiling. And then bring your head to the side and to the front. And as you come through, let's just keep going the same way. And I think our magic number today is going to be 6. Let's do 6 head rotations. And we're just getting the neck going. And often we have a lot of stiffness in our necks because we think of our necks as very fragile. And it needs to be protected all the time. But we actually need to move the neck, keep it mobile, so that when we do come into situations where we need to save ourselves, the neck will do its job. But if we put the neck in our own, what I call a cast, meaning I'm going to protect my neck, so I'm not going to move my neck at all, or then that's when it's not used to moving. And if you have a sudden jolt, it goes into shock because it hasn't been exposed to movement in this controlled way. So although we're not strengthening it, we're getting the muscles moving a bit in this head circle. Reverse your direction. Let's come back to the middle. Take a nice chin tuck. And then turn your head to the side and over the top. I'm just taking 6 of these. And I always thought I was pretty mobile throughout my whole body, meaning, universally flexible. But this warm-up really exposed some tight spots, and one of them was my neck. That I didn't turn my neck enough, didn't rotate it, and move my head around enough to keep it nicely supple. And let's take one more. Okay, centering yourself, bring your head back on top of your body. We're going to go into the shoulders, and you're going to try to create the biggest circle possible with your shoulder blades. And I just like to inhale when the shoulders come up, so that I can move my ribs a bit with it. But I'm really focusing on the circling of the shoulder. And we're bringing the upper arm up. Really try and bring it up to your ears. And then squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the shoulders back and down, and then hunching forward. And up and over the top, and bring it down. And let's just do 2 more. And I always think I hear the most cricks and cracks when I do this one. But gradually that shoulder blade is going to slide a little better the more we move it through. Now reverse the direction, and you're going to exaggerate that push down. Your chest might raise up. Squeeze the shoulders up to the ears and down. You're going to find that full range. Back, up, and over. So we're going down and together, up and together, and then over the top. They'll move apart. And let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and just one more circle. we're going to do one arm at a time. We're going to keep going with the shoulders. You can make a fist, and you're going to lift the arm over your head. Now notice as I go to the back, I'm trying to get my arm back as far as possible. And when I hit this part, this point here, I'm going to rotate my arm over. I'm not dropping my body, I'm just turning the arm in the shoulder socket, and the whole upper arm is going to roll over. And I'm going to bring my hand against, the back of my hand against my hip. Then take it back. You'll get stuck in that turned in position and rotate, 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 as if you're turning a key in the lock and over the top. Let's do one more. Up and over and back. Spin your arm around, really spin it, spin it, spin it, and bring the hand against the thigh, and then the back of the hand away. Spin it around so the thumb is up at the end and over the top. Let's take it to the other side. Don't worry, we'll do both together in a moment. Around the top and to the back, and you can see my arm. I'm turning it over, turning it over. Bring the back of the hand against the leg and up, and spin the arm and reach it over the top. And reverse it up. Just one more time, single arm. Trying to feel what's going on in that shoulder. And reach and turn up. Now let's do both arms. So you're going to reach both arms up. I'm spinning them around, getting to the back, turn them over, and bring the hand against the thigh. Reverse. Turn your arm out, open your chest more, and take it to the front. And up. I like to inhale as the arms go up. It gives me a little bit more height in the body. Rotate, exhale, back. The back of the hand against the thigh. Lift, lift, lift. Spin your hand, open your chest, open your shoulders, lift up and forward. Let's take one more. Up and over, open, turn the thumbs over, hands against the thigh, and lift and spin and reach and forward. Let's let that go. So we're going to take a rotation for the thoracic spine, for the upper back. We're just going to cross the hands over the chest. We're going to try to just move from the waist up. So you're going to keep your legs a bit tense as you round your back. And now you're going to twist. Try and turn. So if you were a doll, you could rotate your upper body 90 degrees to your leg. You're still rounding. And now you're going to lean back. I'm going to turn side so you can see that a bit better. And I'm not crunching into my legs. I'm lifting my chest to the ceiling. And then I'm over to the other side, trying to look towards my heel. And then to the toes and up. And we're going to reverse that. So I'm rounding over, twisting to try and look over the outside edge of my foot, back bending, twisting, rounding over, and coming through and up and down, and twist and arch. And try not to, this is a popular, rounding your back and sinking into the lower back. And try and lift your chest up and side and down. You'll thank me later for that instruction. Because often if you sink, you'll be like, oh, my back really hurts, or what's going on there? Maybe not today, but maybe eventually. So, and forward and side and rotate and around to a side and forward and side, up and around to the side and forward. And just take one more set. Twist, roll over your back, come over to the side and forward. And last time, twist, roll your chest around, come over to the side and forward. Okay, let's take it into some spinal waves. So you're going to turn sideways, and you're going to push your face forward, push your chin forward, and then you're going to push your throat forward, and your breastbone, and your rib cage. And even though I'm pushing the front of my body out, try not to push your tummy out. Try and keep that pull up and down. Sorry, I lost the thread there. Forward face, chin up, throat up, chest up, hips forward, and come back. Bending the knees. And see if you can get a feeling of moving one body part at a of time before you move to the next one, creating that nice smooth wave. It may not feel like a wave right now. Let's see if you can just keep working it, and coming back. And let's do 2. And just make sure you're breathing naturally. And natural just means the way you like to breathe. It feels good for you right now. And back. Let's just do one more. Okay, reversing. So I'm going to send my hips forward, my chest up, open the throat, and head forward. Round your back, send your knees forward, try and tuck your hips, open the chest to the ceiling, head forward, and wave. And woo! There is a shifting of your weight forward and back, so you might feel that you might lose your balance if you go too far. But it's okay. Losing your balance is also training you to catch your balance. So if you go too far, you just step. That was a really bad fake losing your balance. Let's try 2 more. Very theatrical. One more time. Okay, so now we're going to snake side to side. I always think of my 80s dance jazz training. So you're going to tilt your head to the side and let your knee bend. You must try and get as deep a side bend as possible. Now keep your body still, move your head. Just move your head. The neck again. This is where I found out I had a really tight neck. And over to the side. I'm lunging to my other leg. My head's going over the top and bending me to the side. And you really want to make sure the whole room looks sideways. It's turn side. Now you're up, and you're going to tilt your head over and keep going side. And when you're all the way, try and just lift the head and snake through to the other side. Side, head, over the top, and side bend, reach. I'm trying to turn my spine into a side bend, and then the head coming through, over, and then head up, and snaking over. Let's do one more. And I've kind of just chosen an arbitrary number of 6. Could always do 8. Now just bring your head back to the middle and lunge and leave your head behind now. So you're going to try to let the head be last. And I'm pushing from my foot to lean to the other side, waving over and side. I'm just noticing where there's the cricks and cracks, where I might have a little more resistance. Hopefully by the end of this routine, I'll feel much more supple and ready to go. And press. I think we just have a couple more. Push. And make sure your head is waving. So you want to feel that nice seaweed type feeling through the whole system. Let's do 2 more. 2. And 1. Come back through the middle. Take your hands to your hips, and you are now the old men at the gym. Whoa. Don't blow off those old men. They know things. Respect our elders. And circle. And again, if you feel any pain in a certain range of motion that's reading to you, that's talking to you, and saying, don't go there, just back off a little. Everything's connected, so you could be feeling some pulls in the knees, the ankles, and you might need to back off on your range of motion. 2, until your body is less protective of you in those ranges of motion. And then you can come back to them later. And around. And check that you come forward, that you're really pressing the hips out, side and back, and around. 2. And last one. Okay. Now this is one of my favorites. You probably are going to need something to hold on to. I forgot my roller. I was just going to hold on to a roller for a bit of balance. So I'm just going to wing it standing. You're going to take your right leg up and hold it in front. And I'm going to try to really turn out the leg and then lift it to the side. And then I'm keeping my knee still. I'm going to twist the leg. And then I'm going to send it all the way around to the back. And I'm going to sweep it forward and up and turn it out, or turn it in actually, and back. Woo. And I love this one. This is the one, if I don't have any time to do anything, this is the one I do pretty religiously, because I find I've had a lower back issue, SI joint issue for years, and this just keeps it in check. I would not say it makes it go away, it's always with me, but it definitely keeps it from flaring. And let's just do 2 more. So I've got that rotation, knee up. I'm trying to lift my knee as high as possible. And because I'm demonstrating, I kind of have to be the show off here. But you might be down here. I'm just doing it there. And that's awesome. And one more time, up. And let's change legs. So you're going to stand on your other leg. Pull this leg up. You're trying to press your foot across and then take it out to the side. And then turn your foot back and sweep it back. And lift it up, side, twist, and then try and get that foot across, as far across as possible. Up, side, twist, and rotate back. And trying not to move with the leg, but there will be some reaction in the body. And let's take 2 more. Up, side, see, balance. I have to push my foot down if I want to do this without holding on to anything. And around, and up, and around. Now we have to go from the back. So we're going to start with the foot to the back, crossed over as possible. If you have dance experience, it's okay, don't make it pretty, just make it work. And around. And to the back. I'm going to let my pelvis tilt a little bit, so maybe I can get into my glutes a bit more. So I'm going to lift. So if I really want to keep my pelvis still, I'd just be here, but I'm going to let that go up a bit and then bring it around. Because then my standing leg will have to also, well, it's always working, but my pelvis will have to adjust on both sides to where this leg is going. And around to the front, 2 more. 2. And if you don't have to talk and do this, you're lucky, because I'm getting out of breath even with this. Other side, here we go, back, side, front, just 6 rotation. Back, side, and front, and back. And your bottom leg, it's trying to be steady on the floor and not move. You might feel a bit more stability if you're turned out a bit. And I would just say do what you need to do to stand up. And then as you get better at it, challenge yourself by putting your foot maybe in a more unstable position for you. That might be more parallel, toes pointing straight ahead, or more externally rotated, foot pointing more to the side. Let's take 1 more. Back, side, heel forward, and front. So we're going to go down to the knees now and bring the knees together. And I'm going to press my hands onto the thighs. You can also just put your hands here. I'll put my hands on my hips actually, so you can really see the rotation of the knees, and side and front. Side, doing knee circles. And we often think, I trained way back when the knee was only meant to do this, and God forbid it do this or that, which if you've ever done ballet, or it happens a lot in other trainings, so, or in dance. So that movement is not inherently bad. But there's also an element of rotation in the lower leg. The lower part of your leg does turn slightly. And often we've lost that capacity. So this is just trying to bring that little rotational aspect to the knee back. Let's try 3 more. 3. And try to keep my feet flat, but my feet are reacting to the movement. rolling onto the inside and outside of the feet. More weight on the inside or outside of the foot. Now let's reverse. Side and around and up 6 times. And 2. Around and up. 3. 4. Oh, here come the crick cracks. And 1 more pull. Okay, let's go into the feet. I'm going to take the foot forward and just do 5 foot circles, ankle circles. I'm also trying to use my toes on these circles. And let's reverse to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change legs. And you're holding on to something if you need it. That's also good practice for your balance to try not needing it. And reverse. And coming back. Now we're going to put a little weight into it. And use your own judgment here. I'm going to put my foot back and press. I'm going to pressing into the top of my foot. I'm going to roll side. I'm going to be on the ball of the foot and then around. So I'm going to put a little weight into the ankle. Again, doing 6 here. So not the most comfortable thing for the knuckles of the toes. But you could always do this on a mat or even a cushion. But just remember, all those feelings you're getting, all those sensations are feedback. You're getting lots of feedback. And that's also a way of building awareness. And reverse the direction and around. And I'm just trying to feel that movement of the ankle, putting a little bit of pressure down, but I'm not putting a lot of weight into my foot. I am leaning on it a bit. Let's do 2 more. 2. And the last one. Reverse. Reverse. Not really reverse. Change to the other side. Here we go. Starting with the toes curled under. I'm on the knuckles of my toes, and I'm pushing to the little toe, ball of the foot, and curling under and circling. I'm just taking 6 of these. And the last one, and reverse the direction. Now we're reversing. Coming down. I'm really trying, I'll stand facing forward a bit. I'm really trying to get that, all the edges that my ankle can go through. So if you have stiff ankles, just try to find all that range. Curl the toes, you're on the top of the foot, and then onto the ball of the foot. Let's take 2 more. Back, and last one. And back. And let's just give everything a little shake. Maybe you feel your body moves a little better now. Turn your head, shake your arms, wiggle the hips. Give a little dance, a little bounce. And you're done. Hopefully you feel ready to do your day, or you could even use this to close out your day just before bed, just to make sure everything feels nice and relaxed before you go to sleep. Thanks.